There was a court proceeding today in Washington, D.C., in front of a federal appeals court, and this is regarding the TikTok ban. Now, we've talked about before about how there were going to be court challenges put in place because of this, and now we're seeing some of them come into fruition. There are multiple cases that kind of got wrapped into the same oral argument setup. Part of it was done by TikTok and their parent company, ByteDance, claiming that the government's targeting of them was basically a violation of their rights and their right as a company to free speech and be able to say what they want because they're not able to unless they sell. Then there was the creators who argued their First Amendment rights being limited because the government is saying, well, you can't speak here because we say so. And to me, those arguments seemed pretty good. The judges didn't really, they seemed a little skeptical, but they also didn't fully indicate any which way as to what they were going to do. For its part, the DOJ kept coming back to, well, China, who could take over part of ByteDance, the parent company, and they could influence this. They might do that. It seemed really shaky to me, the little bit I've read on it, as far as what they said. A lot of their evidence that they entered into the record was redacted. Like they talked about, there was some interaction between ByteDance and the CCP, the controlling party in China, but they didn't really say what that interaction was specifically or when it happened. All that information was redacted and what effect that had on ByteDance or TikTok. Now, ultimately, I do believe this TikTok ban is going to get tossed out in court, mostly on the First Amendment issue. But beyond that, I think what is potentially going to happen is after Vice President Kamala Harris takes over in January, this ban is not set to take effect until after Inauguration Day. And I think they are going to reverse this TikTok ban after that point. What the Democrats did with this ban is they did agree to it as part of a major federal funding thing to fund some foreign aid. And they wanted to get the foreign aid done, so they agreed with the Republicans to put the TikTok ban in there for now, and then they would kick the can down the road. And as soon as they regain control of Congress, they can reverse the TikTok ban without, getting rid of the funding. And if the court decides to toss out the TikTok ban and say it's unconstitutional, which I do think is a very real possibility, it also would only affect the TikTok ban part of that law, not the whole law and not the funding. So I think this was just a move by the Democrats as far as the ban goes to get what they wanted in regards to the funding. And I do believe this TikTok ban will get overturned either by the courts or by the Democrats at the beginning of the next Congress, which does start on January 3rd after the election. But we need to get out, make sure we elect Kamala Harris, and that we give her a favorable Congress so she can pass something to reverse this TikTok ban, like I think is going to happen.